11 psychological things that make you less attractive. Have you heard the "it's not you, it's me" yet? Maybe you haven't, but we all know that even though looks can be initial thing that attracts other, but if the personality is a bomb, that's when you really got them. Find out some of the things that might be pushing people away from you in 11 traits that make you less attractive to others. Number 1. Being mean. Do nice guys really finish last? For a 2014 Chinese study, researchers had men and women look at photos of other people, all displaying neutral expressions. Some of those poses were accompanied by the Chinese word for decent and honest. The others were accompanied by the Chinese word for evil and mean. Still others weren't accompanied by any information. And participants ended up rating people least attractive when they were described as evil and mean. Number 2. Contractive body language. If you have heard about the power poses, you know that expanding your body can make you feel more powerful and confident, while curling inward can make you feel less so. According to 2016 research, that contractive body language can also make you seem less attractive. In one study, researchers created profiles for men and women on a GPS-based dating apps. In one set of profiles, the men and women were pictured in contractive positions, for example by crossing their arms or hunching their shoulder. In the other set of profiles, the same men and women were pictured in expansive positions, like holding their arms upward in a V or reaching out to grab something. And research showed that the people in expansive posture were selected more often than those in contractive posture. And men pictured in contractive posture seemed to be at special disadvantage. Number 3. Stress. Chill out, you might look hotter. A 2013 study found that women with high levels of the stress hormone cortisol were perceived by heterosexual men as less attractive. The researchers say that possibly because high cortisol and lower stress levels indicate health and fertility. Number 4. Looking too happy or too proud. While happiness is generally attractive on women, girls don't like guys who are too smiley. By contrast, while pride is typically attractive on men, guys don't like girls who look too proud. In 2011, researchers conducted experiments on more than 1,000 people, showing them photographs of members of the opposite sex and asking them how attractive the people in the photos were. Research showed that men rated women most attractive when they look happy and least attractive when they display pride. Women, on the other hand, rate men most attractive when they display pride and least attractive when they look happy. Number 5. Not having a sense of humor. A guy walks into a bar, fumbles a joke and leaves alone. A 2009 study found that not being funny at all and even having an average sense of humor is less attractive than having a great sense of humor. The study also found that gender didn't play a role. A poor sense of humor was equally unattractive in men and women. Number 6. Laziness. A clever series of experiments published in 2004, found that perceived attractiveness depends a lot on traits like helpfulness. In one experiment, researchers asked students in a 6-week archaeology course to rate each other on different personality traits as well as attractiveness at the start and the end of the course. When they analyzed the result, the researcher found that even students who'd been rated average at the beginning of the course were rated less attractive than average later on if they are proven to be lazy. Number 7. If you smell too similar or too different. Science suggests humans seek out mates who are neither too similar nor different genetically, and we make this judgment partly based on body odor. In the 2006 study, for example, researchers recruited heterosexual couples to answer questions like how much they were turned on by their partners and how many other people they had sex with during the course of the relationship. Meanwhile, the researchers took DNA from the participant mouths as well as their partners and brought it to the lab for testing. Specifically, they wanted to compare their major histocompatibility complexes, which are immune system genes. The researchers found that the more similar the MHCs were, the less attracted the participants were to their partners, and the more likely they were to have had sex outside the relationship. At the same time, studies have also found that we avoid partners who smell too different from us. Number 8. Dishonestly. If you are tempted to lie about your age or your income to make yourself seem hotter, don't do that. Research suggests that dishonesty is a major turn-off for both men and women. For the 2006 study, participants read blurbs about men and women who were described as either intelligent or unintelligent, dependent or independent, and honest or dishonest. Then they were asked to rate the people on a number of criteria, including how much they liked the people and how attractive those people were. As it turned out, honesty was the only trait out of the three to have a substantial effect on attractiveness and liking. Liking people for what they have, not who they are. Number 9. Being materialistic. Materialistic is the nature of someone who prioritizes values in the form of money, possessions, prestige, and popularity. Material is one of the best of the best, like the latest cell phones or high-end cars. Research shows that materialistic individuals are more likely to be depressed and dissatisfied with life. Research in the journal Personality and Individual Difference explained that materialistic people find it harder to be grateful for what they have, which causes them to become restless, as reported by the Medical News Today page. Materialistic people tend to be self-centered. They are more likely to focus on what they don't have and can be grateful for what they do have. No matter how much people attempt to supplement or increase the ego, inner dissatisfactions and incompleteness always reappear, generating new desires. No matter how much one can get, it is never enough. The only real way to reduce this psychological strife is not to try to avoid it, but to try to heal it. Number 10. Being a pessimist. Pessimism is an attitude that makes a person tend to think about the worst possible thing. People with a pessimistic perspective see the world from the negative side, or what most people actually think of as a realistic. Pessimism is the opposite of optimistic. Pessimism only turns up your spirit to achieve all your dreams in life. feeling unworthy of fighting to the point of giving up and unrelenting sadness. It starts with you who still like to maintain a pessimistic nature. Struggle and patience in life is very important so that all desires to be pessimistic can be crushed. Realize and remember that you are very special and no one is perfect. Another negative impact that you will experience is the emergence of a feeling that you are useless, and you alone cannot draw lessons in every event of life. Instead, you will think that you are not worthy of doing many things. It's not other people who lose, but you yourself are prepared to experience the loss. If this happens, you yourself have not put yourself in an attractive place, even for yourself. Then how is it possible that other people might think you as a person with an interesting personality? Try to have a more positive view of life. Life change starts with yourself, so don't look at other people's lives, because all these things only make the pessimism in yourself increase. Number 11. Being too critical. In a way, no one really feels happy when they have to accept criticism, no matter how bad the result of our work, attitudes, the way we live our lives, and so on. Other people don't really know how we feel until they feel they have the right to criticize us. However, sometimes we feel so knowledgeable about other people's life that it's easy to criticize. So what happens if this becomes a habit that we often do even without realizing it? So it's clear no one likes the critic, especially if he always criticizes various things, even trivial things, and can actually be ignored. As a result, if you are this kind of critic, some people will stay away from you. They value their mental health more than having to always deal with you who like to say what they want. Without knowing the struggles they are doing, you easily give this criticism.